In this video, I discuss the cheapest way to promote your music and get it heard by millions of listeners. At Burstimo, we're promoting artists every single day, and we're noticing that artists are making the same mistake again and again and losing out on mass exposure. You see, most musicians and artists have very little guidance on best practices for promoting their music or even their music career in general. Even if you were to go on Amazon and buy a book on the music industry or promoting your music, the chances are it was written by someone who spent some time at a major label in the 90s. So whatever the content of that book is, it's not going to apply to you in 2019. So the only place that artists really have to look for guidance is already established artists. But even then, you can't really see what they did early in their career. And the same goes for when it comes to monetizing your music. Because when you're speaking to your distributor or speaking with PRS and ASCAP about collecting royalties, they're going to ask you, do you want to collect royalties from movies, TVs, commercials, YouTube, social media? And the most logical thing is to say yes, because that's what the established artists are doing, so that's probably what you should do. And of course, you expect your latest release to absolutely blow up. Let's be honest, most artists think that their latest release is their best one and it's gonna absolutely blow up, be heard by millions, used in movies, TV, and why would you not want to monetize all of that? But it's only going to blow up if you actually get your music in the right places. And those places are where people are spending time and giving their attention. And in 2019, it's all on social media, YouTube, they're watching movies, they're watching TV, and that is where you want your music. So why would you put barriers in their way to using your music? If your track was actually used in a movie or a TV advert or a YouTube video that gets 1 million views, do you realize how much it would cost to actually get that level of promotion? To get 1 million views or 1 million people listening to your music, it would cost a lot more to get that level of promotion than the money you've actually lost out on in the royalties. So always look for that organic exposure and understand as an established artist that you're probably not going to make money, but you want to be able to take every single opportunity. So what do you actually need to do? Well, most distributors will ask you where you want to monetize, and you essentially want to whitelist the entire of YouTube. Some distributors will say, okay, great, send me the specific channels that you want to whitelist. Or some of them just don't give you that option and you have to whitelist the entire of YouTube. So there will be no content ID strikes for the creators. You see, as an emerging artist, you're not in demand yet. And if you get your music in all of these places and you build a fan base and your music is in demand, people know who you are, they're constantly listening to your music, that is when you can push your price up. If you imagine a supply and demand graph, the more exposure you have and the more fans you have, the more you can ask for when people want to use your music. For example, once you're an established artist and someone wants to use your music in a movie, then you can charge them £10,000, £50,000. Metallica and the Rolling Stones are charging up to hundreds of thousands of pounds to have their music used. And that's because they're in demand, and people who listen to their music will also watch that movie because it helps promote the movie as well. So that is where the money is. Once you've got that demand and you can push your price up. But right now you're an emerging artist and you need to be able to get people listening first. And you can make your money back in so many ways once you have that audience. I'll actually leave a link in the description of another video where we explain exactly how you can earn money from your music as an emerging artist. So once you've opted out of royalty collection, you need to actually get your music out there and make people aware that your music is available to use. Because if you just opt out, people won't just discover it. You need to get it in the right places. And here's how you do it. So now that you've opted out of all of the royalty collection and content ID for YouTube, then your track just isn't going to get picked up automatically. People are going to need to discover it or find it in some way. And this is exactly how you're going to do it. Firstly, you need to use these YouTube channels which are based around royalty-free music. You can actually just submit to them. They've normally got an email address or a submission form in the description or the channel description, or sometimes they have their own website. So just look up royalty-free music on YouTube and you will find hundreds of them, and you can register for all of them. And then you'll find that content creators will automatically pick up your track and start using it. And when they do use it, they'll say the artist name and the track title in the description of their videos, and sometimes they'll even give the Spotify link of the full track, which means that you get full credit, and if their viewers love the track, then they will go into the description and listen to you on Spotify. The same goes for Spotify playlists. Look up on Spotify royalty-free music, and there are so many on Spotify of playlists where people can actually find royalty-free music, and usually they've got an email address or website link in the description of the playlist itself, so you know where you can submit your music to get added to the playlist. And it's a great way to get streams on your account as well. And the next way is actually contact the creators directly. So you could find those who have millions of followers on Instagram and then DM them offering your music to use in their stories or posts, or maybe if they've got a YouTube channel, they can use it there. Be really nice and say, hey, I absolutely love your content, specifically this video here, and then say that you're an artist and you have cleared their account to be able to use your track for free. And if you really like the track, you're welcome to use it, and let me know if you do. Thanks very much. And that's it. Just be polite and they will likely listen to your track, and if it's good, they will use it. You can do the same on YouTube. You can go to their YouTube channel, go to the About section. Almost every single content creator has their email address in the About section, and you can just shoot them an email and put the subject as song submission, and then let them know that your song is available for their channel to use, and here's the link to the music. If they like it, they can request the MP3. Don't send them the MP3 straight away, because all that will do is annoy them, because you're filling up space in their inbox. And you can even say, if you use my track, please would you mind linking it in the description? And to be honest, almost always they do. And that is the best way to get free promotion on your music without having to do a thing or spend a penny. So if you found this video useful, give it a like. If you want to see more music marketing videos like this, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.